Hey guys! Today we're going to talk once again about proper and improper fractions. So we've given you a definition, and now let's choose the fractions that are proper and the fractions that are improper fractions. Let us recall what is known as a proper fraction. If we have a fraction represented by two numbers, specifically a numerator and a denominator, I demonstrate that I possess a fraction line, I possess a numerator, and at the bottom I possess a denominator. Thus, in order to solve the given task, it is necessary for us to compare these numbers with each other and analyze their relationship. There are two options available. If I possess a numerator, specifically this numerator, and it happens to be smaller in value compared to the denominator, then the fraction in question is referred to as a proper fraction. In the event that my numerator is greater than the denominator, or guys, I want to emphasize how incredibly important this is, if it is equal to the denominator, then the fraction is considered improper in nature. So, using this rule, we'll solve the task together now. Alright, I'll write down these fractions here and we'll divide them into two types. The following fractions in the sequence are 1, 3, 4, 8, 25, 23, and then 7, 8. The next fraction in the sequence is 7, 6, 24, 24, and it is followed by a fraction of 9/8. This pattern of fractions continues with the subsequent numbers in the sequence, maintaining the sequence of fractions as the pattern progresses. We should make a note of two columns, each containing fractions that are suitable for the context. Okay, let's talk about proper fractions and improper fractions, which are both important concepts in mathematics that we need to understand fully. And improper fractions. Let's commence with the fraction 1/3. We will have a conversation about it with you. The denominator consists of the numbers 1 and 3. 1 is smaller than 3. Therefore, in this particular column, I will write down the fraction representing 1/3 of a whole number. Let's enclose it in parentheses, that is our rationale. 4/8 in total. The number 4 is less than the number 8, so this fraction, which represents a part of a whole, is correct and valid for me. 4 1/8, 25th, let's compare and see, guys, let's do it. Here's my rule, incorrect, in case the numerator is greater than the denominator. 25 is greater than 23, therefore this is an improper fraction. 25 is greater than 23, and in this case I write that the fraction 25 23 23 is improperly 7/8 7 less than 8. So where do we put it? Well, of course here. 7 is less than 8, so the fraction 7 will be a proper fraction. Now on to the next fraction, 7/6. The 7 is greater than the 6, so we put it in this column. Next fraction, 24 minus 24. It is important to carefully consider the relative values of the numerators and denominators when comparing fractions. This ensures accurate placement and classification of the fractions within the given context. Let's recall that if my numerator is equal to the denominator, which is 24, then it equals 24, so this fraction is improper. If the numerator, 24, is equal to the denominator, also 24, then this fraction is called improper. So 24, 24, furthermore, we still have one more fraction remaining, which is 9/8 in total. 9 is greater than 8. Thus, this fraction will also be classified as improper for me based on the principles of mathematics. As a result, out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 7 fractions, I ended up with 3 proper fractions and 4 improper fractions. Here is a simple method to determine which fraction is considered proper and which fraction is considered improper. However, I want to stress another vital point that is of utmost importance and deserves significant attention and emphasis. Please pay attention when I talk about proper fractions. It will always be a fraction. The fraction itself, it will always be a value less than 1. This is an important concept to understand. Essentially, it is a small part of the entire thing. We can imagine ourselves as being 1/3. Check it out. I'm extracting one component out of a total of 3 components. That is a quantity smaller than a complete unit. And I wrote down that this fraction is less than 1/3. Well, now let's try to represent the fraction 7/6. Well, let's jot it down here. 7/6. We take our preferred pizza and divide it into 3 parts initially, and then divide it again into 3 equal parts. And as a result, I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. And I need to take a total of 7 parts. Well, how does it happen like that? I only have 6 pieces, but I need to take 7 pieces. The first part, the second part, the third part, the fourth part once again, the 5th part, and finally, the 6th and last part of the entire sequence that we have been discussing. Well, from where can I acquire an additional piece? So, it is a total of 6/6 in quantity. And from where can we get an additional piece? We're going to have to get another pizza, split it into 6 pieces, and grab one more slice in order to have enough. We'll need to ensure we have plenty for everyone. And then we will have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 items in our possession. In this particular scenario, I will possess an extra 1/6. As a result, I can derive the conclusion that improper fractions are invariably greater than or equal to whole numbers. This constitutes an additional noteworthy observation that can be made with regards to proper and improper fractions. Next class, we'll learn another type of fractions. That's it for today. Goodbye until we meet again.